Hi, my name is Harpawan, but my students usually call me Harps, so you can call me Teacher Harps. Okay, so today we are going to be discussing this. It's one of the materials that I've used for my other students. Okay, so this is the Cambridge progression test for Year 8 students. It's the 2014 paper. All right, so for question 1, as you can see, they said write 10 million as a power of 10. So let's write down 10 million first. 10 million has 6 zeros, right? Including the 10, the 7. So 10 million. Okay. So let's count how many zeros are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 zeros in total. So if you want to write it as a power, you're going to have to write it as 10 to the power of 7. That means the power is how many zeros there actually are in the equation. Can you understand? Okay, so for the next one, number 2, find the lowest common multiple of 24 and 15. All right, so I usually use the repeated division method. It's the easier method, okay, and most exam answer scheme also shows that. So let's use the method. So 24 and 15, okay. So the most lowest common multiple that I can think of would be 2, but then 15 cannot be divided by 2. So let's go to 3. 24 can be divided by 3. 15 can be divided by 3. So 24 divided by 3, we get 8. 15 divided by 3, we get 5. All right. So once that's done, now 8 and 5. There is no common multiple that can be divided, right? So we have to eliminate each one of them one by one. So let's put an 8 here first. 8 divided by 8 would be 1. As for the 5, we did not divide by 8. Why? Because you're going to get a decimal number. So let's not divide it. The 5 remains as 5. Okay, so you are going to be wondering how come when we put 3 on top that both numbers have to be divided by 3, but how come down here only one of it has to be divided by 8? Okay, for common multiple method, this is how it is. You are only going to divide the number that you want. You can create the rule that way. However, for common factor, it does not work like that. For common factor, if you have an 8 and 5 there, you stop there. Your answer would be just 3, like that. But for common multiple, you must get an answer leaving you with 1 and 1 down here. So once I complete this, you will be able to understand. Now there's 5 left, so I have to divide by 5. So I'll be left with 1 and 1. Now this is how the answer has to be, but that's not all. The final answer would be lowest common multiple. The short form is LCM. So I have to take all these numbers and multiply each other. 5 times 8 times 3. So since we are not using calculator, let's do it manually. 5 times 8 is 40 times 3. 40 times 3 is 120. So that's your final answer. So that's for number 2. For number 3, all right. So this one, Maya wants to paint 2 doors. She can paint each door red, blue, or green. List all the possible ways she could paint the 2 doors. The first 4 are done for you. All right. So what I would do is, okay, there are 3 colors, right? Red, blue, green. So I would see if red and red is done. And then red and blue, red and green. Blue and red, blue and blue, blue and green. Green and red, green with blue, green with green. All right. So yes, you can do it twice. They never said that without replacement. So you can have both colors at the same time. So let's see for this one. Red and red is done already here. So let's cross that out. Red and blue is done as well. Red and green is done as well. Okay, blue and red is done. So now the next one is going to be blue and blue. Okay, blue, blue. Now blue and blue is done. Blue and green. Okay, so I have all these done already. Now for all the green colors down here. So I will have green and red, green and blue, green and green. Okay, so once that's done, we can see that there are 3 extra boxes over here. However, there's nothing else left to be done because we've already listed down all the possible outcomes. So that's your answer. Don't have to be confused. Don't have to be like, okay, there's 3 more boxes, what else is left? You don't have to do that, okay? So once this is done, that's it. So that's all for today. We'll just be doing these 3 questions. I hope you understand. Thank you.